Hey guys, Gino from ISG here. Just wanted to show you guys a couple things. First up, the Covert instruments replicate. So this is a really cool little device that lets you clone keys. So I'll show you how it works. I already have it staged. This is how it's carried. And what we'll do is we'll make a quick copy of this key and then we'll try it out on the door. All right. So this is how it works. First off, we take off this cool little band. Got a nice little spoon there, and then a Bic. This little micro Bic does not come with the kit, just FYI. You can get these at any gas station. So I think it was just the thing about shipping with them. What we do is we open up this little case, take that out. We got our little roller, spoon holder, and holds baby powder inside, so we can make sure that the clay does not stick to each other. I already prepped this, so we open this up. It's got 3 little spots for ingots. That's the metal we're going to be melting. And I already made sure this was okay, but, we'll do some little fine tuning. Make sure this is open so when we pour the metal in, it goes nice and smooth down that channel. So I'd like to do it off to one side so we have room to make a little air pocket. Well, not really air pocket, a little air tunnel, I guess. So when you pour the metal in, it doesn't bubble up. So the cool thing is you can use this little spoon, trim off the excess, put that over there. This is kind of more on the staging side, but I kind of wanted to show you guys a couple little things with it. So that looks like it's ready to go. I think that's good there. We'll double check here and make sure we have enough powder on it just to make sure it doesn't stick. So we open this bad boy up, tap a little. You don't need a lot, just a little bit on there. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of rub it in. Man, my hands have gotten dirty doing this. So rub that in there. Cool, make sure that doesn't stick to the key. Here's our key. What we'll do is we'll make sure that is sitting like so. Press that in a little bit. Push the top side down. Squish that down in there nice and tight. What you do is you actually put this back in the device, and that'll make sure that the press is squished enough. So make sure when you push it back together, you don't push down on top of the key because that'll mess up your mold. So that's that. Looks good. We can take this off now. Make sure when you do take it off, you don't hit the top because you don't want it to mess up your mold. Let's open this bad boy up. Wiggle it out. Looks pretty good to me. It's a simple key. This isn't anything special. You can do dimple keys. You can do a little bit more complex keyways with it. But this is nice and easy. So that looks really good. I like that. Now what I'll do is I'll flatten this out, and I'm gonna find which side's a little deeper, which is this side right here. And then I'm gonna use the pointy tip on this spoon here to create a little air channel down and out of the mold, just to prevent those air bubbles we were talking about. So now that should be good right there. You don't have to do anything complex, nothing crazy, but that should be good right there. So we'll put that aside. We're gonna close this now. That looks good to me. Looks like we can pour the mold in there. Put it back inside the holder. So now this spoon goes inside the roller as a holder. That's pretty cool. We'll take an ingot, put it in there. And then what we'll do is we'll grab our lighter. Let's sit down here real quick. All right, so one important thing while you're doing this. So they say you're supposed to hold this in here for like 20 seconds. Sometimes it takes 30 seconds, depends on, obviously the ambient temperature and then, how windy it is and all that jazz. But generally 20 to 30 seconds is pretty good. As you can see, it starts melting already. It's pretty quick. Once this starts to look like it's almost done, you need to hold it underneath there for longer than you think, just to be aware, just so you guys know. Because the top layer needs to be fully melted before you put that in there, or when you go to pour it in, that's the first part that goes in. So that will make your mold get messed up. So you don't want to do that. So I like to hold that on there for a little bit longer than you think that you need, which is right about now. And I'll take that off. We'll bring our mold over. We'll pour that in. Just like that. All right. that looks good to me. So what we do now is we wait. And this is really important. It really depends on, again, how hot it is outside. They say 2 to 5 minutes. I really like to let it go as long as I can. So if we can let it sit for about 5 minutes, that'll be best. You can kind of do it in 2, but you really got to be careful, because if this thing doesn't set long enough, you can break it off inside of a keyway, and then that's obviously a pretty big problem. So we'll come back in about 5 minutes. Hey guys, Gino from ISG back. We waited about 5 minutes, and we definitely know that this thing's cooled off. It's cool to the touch. Should be good to go. So we're going to take this out of the holder. We're going to open this mold up. Oh, that looks perfect. All right, so what we do is we wiggle this bad boy out. There we go. And obviously you see this little pigtail on here. We break that off. That's not a big deal. One interesting thing, we actually did get an air bubble there, but you know what? I think that's not going to cause a problem. Just because look how clean this is. And even the front, not much cleaning up needing to be done. We'll trim that little pigtail off. The spoon here actually comes with a serrated edge. So we can use that to clean this key up, which is what we're going to do. There we go. Make sure that the rest of it's good. And you know what? I think it looks really good to me. And again, this is a very simple key, so I'm not too worried about it not opening. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the door and we'll give it a test real quick and see how that works. All right, guys, here we are at a door in the warehouse. We got a locked door. This is where that key goes. So again, here's the key that we made a copy of. Well, sorry, the copy of the key. And let's give it a try. We're gonna put it in there. Make sure it's seated. All right, it's still locked. And then turn this to the left. There we go. This thing's awesome. See if we can lock it again. Locked. Locked. Unlock. I call that a win, boys. Really awesome. I mean, considering we messed this one up and there's an air bubble in it, that worked great and was able to turn that. It has a little bit of force to turn it initially, so you know I was worried a little bit about breakage, but hey, worked out great. The Covert Instruments Replicate. Badass little tool.